Hey everybody, it is another Monday. Technically it's a Friday. I'm doing this on a Friday night to be exact, because it has been a heck of a week, and it is going to be a heck of a weekend. I'm going to be doing a barbershop show. I have to do audio visual for another place. It's just gonna be crazy. So I have no time. Plus I gotta take my car in for servicing. So here I am on this Friday instead of on the weekend when I normally do this, and I am doing a video. This is a viewer question which I really liked, and I feel I need to expand on it from what I told them. So this is from Richard. He says, I saw your video on recording with the DP24. I have one and want to record my band, drums, guitar, bass, and 3 vocals all at once. There are only 8 inputs. You can use it at a time, and drums take 5. How do you set up yours? Okay, so first off, you don't have to follow what I'm saying here. Let me start back a bit. I like the fact that you want to do this all at once, but honestly, you don't have to if you don't want to. Well, it's better if you do, but you don't have to. It's a slippery slope what I'm doing here. But what I'm saying is, if you were intending to use this for a live show, to record your live shows, then I would say, okay, maybe you should look at going up a notch and going to the DP24 or the Model 24, which is more designed for live recording. So I think it'll let you do, I think it's 20 or 22 channels for the first run, and then after that you have, I think, 8. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure on that. I would love to try out one. I can't rent one, and if anybody from Tascam is listening, you want to send me one, send me an email and we can talk, and I'll be happy to run it through its paces, especially with the fall coming up. I'm going to be doing a lot of live shows again, and everybody wants them recorded. So I'm a perfect candidate for one, not for here, because it's just me, so I don't need it as much. But yeah, that's the thing. So let's get down to business here. So I've written down what he's got here. So yeah, I'm doing this old school on paper. So I've got the tracks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and he's got 5 drums. Now that, of course, is that's 10 in total. Now I thought about this. I sent him an email about it, and I said, well, you could do it this way, where I said you could have vocals, and then do this as a mix of the 2 other vocals. So this would be a mix vocals, and then that would free you up to have guitar, bass, and that would leave you with 4 for drums. So there's your drums. That's if you want to do it that way. So you use a separate mixer for the vocals. And I thought about that. And now you're recording this, so I'm assuming to release it. So what I'm thinking is, your best bet is to simply not record one thing. So you want 5 for the drums. So in your case, you want to have 5 for the drums. So there's 5 for the drums. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm really bad at this. So 5 for the drums. So there's your 5 for the drums. Then you can have, what I would probably do, I don't know what kind of vocals you're doing. You're doing vocal harmonies or something, but what I would probably do, because like live recording is great, and I honestly, I would rather people do live recording than do like, parts. Like, you listen to, perfect example is listen to Tom Petty up until Learning to Fly, that album. I think that's the name of the album, I'm not sure. But if it's not, it's whatever album has Learning to Fly on it. That was done by Jeff Lynne. He actually, the Tom Petty, the Heartbreakers used to record everything all at once. and then they would just add things after. So they would record live, studio live, and then they would just add other parts to it. And that one, Jeff Lynne was very much, drums, everything done separately, and you can hear a difference. Like, it really does make a difference. It really will. So I do agree. I would, if I could do straight live, I would. So here's your drums. So what I would do is, if you don't need the vocals, like you just need the main vocals, so you do your main vocals, and then you now can record the guitar and bass together, because chances are you're going to be doubling up your guitar track. You are going to at some point double it up. You're going to want to, because it just makes it sound better. You get stereo. So that is how I would do it. Now, if you really want to be, you really like there's something about all three parts. I don't know if you're doing vocal harmonies. See, because personally, I would rather have the vocal harmonies. I would rather the vocals separate. I'd rather have everything separate. But but that's what I would do. And then you could, if you need to have all three in here, then use a little mixer. Even something like my little Behringer that I have sitting over in the corner that I'm using right now to do this conversation. That's what I would do. Or the other option is you just lessen the number of drum mics that you have, or you do 2 channels of drums. So flip over. I'm left-handed, so this doesn't work all that well for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's say we take 7 and 8 here, and we run it through a mixer. I don't know if you have a mixer, and then put the drums on there. Now, I've done this before with a 4-track where I wanted to have the drums in stereo. So my little Behringer over there is a 4-channel mixer. So I ran the overheads and the kick and the snare. That's generally how I do the drums anyways. Now on the recording on Fred is Dead, which I did, I'm doing the drums. I did the drums all separate, like all the toms and that was 7 channels. Well, excuse me, it was actually 8, because I had my NT1 back here, just as another mic. So I had the overheads, plus I had all the toms were mic'd, and then I had the snare mic'd and the kick. And honestly, my drumming is not that great, and I'm probably just going to end up using the snare and the kick and the overheads, and I'm going to mix a little bit of the back mic, the room mic, in there as well. So like I said, you can do it this way with mixer and drums. Now you have vocal, and you can have guitar and bass. And if you want, you know what, maybe either the snare or the kick can go here, if you want. But I think what you need to do is just look at it and think, okay, well, what do I need? Truthfully, like I said, if you're doing this, I would record what is most important for the recording. So you want the 5 tracks. So flipping over a page. So once again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So once again, so drums. So yeah, there's 5. So you have drums. So yeah, so what I would like, if vocals are important, I would probably do the main vocals, and then guitar, and then bass. But if the vocals are important, then yeah, see, that's where it becomes tough, because to do vocal, you'll have to drop one of these down and then do either guitar or bass. garb, and then do four for the drums. That's what I'm seeing here. Like I said, and then record the bass or guitar afterwards. Like, I love the idea because you're getting the groove, you're all in the same groove, but really he can still play. Like, let's say the bassist wants to play, he can play along with you guys. You're just not recording him. And then after you guys have recorded those parts, then you record him afterwards. That would be the best way of doing this. Like, I don't know. That's just my opinion on it. I know it sucks that you only have 8, but honestly, thinking back when I was doing cassette 4 tracks, you had 4, and if you used all 4 at once, you had no more. And there were guys that did it that way too, where they'd have mono drums and kicks. They'd have mono drums and then bass, guitar, and vocals, and that was it. And a lot of good recordings came out of that stuff. So that's what I think you should do. Don't have much else to say. I'd like to thank everybody who subscribed. I've decided not to push it. I'm like not like say, oh, I want you to subscribe. I noticed that a lot of guys are getting frustrated with lack of subscriptions, but I'm kind of happy there's people subscribing, and I've pretty much stopped pushing it. It's not that I don't care. I love seeing new subscribers. I love it when you guys leave me comments such as this one, or hey, that was a good video. You really taught me something there. It makes me feel good because I do try my best to do that kind of stuff. So I'd like to thank all of you, and I will see you. I'm not saying Thursday because I don't know. It might happen, might not. So either Thursday or next Monday. It depends if I can get one done. So thanks a lot. Talk to you later. Bye. Never question them, what it's there. Got my freedom fighters all over town. Got the bunkers, one shot down. Never heard such a thunderous sound. Got my freedom fighters all over town.